Hello, Mana here, and welcome to an RPG Maker horror game set in Chicago, 1883. At the epicenter of bloody beef and pig innards live Fergal Bryan and Owen Kyries, two New Yorkers who've moved to the yards for work. Their days are drawn out, miserable, and smelly as they survive work just to sleep another night. And other than that, I hope you're doing well, and thank you for watching. While based on real circumstances and places, this game is a work of fiction. Any characters that reflect reality are results of coincidences. Burger. Pancakes. On Tuesday mornings, my mother would make pancakes. Up. They were never that good, always burnt at the bottom. I was in a rush, so I could never blame her. I remember it clearly. Making them took up so much of her morning that by the time me and my brothers had woken up, she'd be rushing out the door. She'd quickly wrangle my shoulder-length hair into a ponytail and kiss our foreheads as a half-hearted goodbye. But Ma would put effort into the pancakes. I knew that much. She wanted us to eat well. I know that much. Burger. Ma, I'm tired. 10 more minutes. Get up. Even the pancakes can wait. Fergal. Yeah. Pancakes? The hell are you talking about? Oi, hurry up. We're gonna be late for work. And don't go 10 minutes, I've already given you 20. Fergal? This guy. Fergal. Stop doing that. And wake up. God, don't pinch me so hard. Fine, I'm awake, okay? Jeez. Change, would you? We have to leave. Now. Onya Adamanite is probably waiting for us too. Have some respect. Yeah, whatever. Oh, I don't know how well I did on that name. A pile of clothes. Need to be washed. An open bottle of alcohol. I see a few of those. Just a few. A chest filled with all sorts of random items. Some dirty clothes. Your bed? There's only one bedroom in this apartment. Since your work is strenuous, unless you sleep here. It smells. Alrighty. Not doing too much better in here, huh? A pile of dirty clothes. I'm noting this in red, but alright, they work at like meat place, right? A few unopened bottle of alcohol. Alright. It's better than opened, sort of. Pile of dirty clothes. The couch. Owen sleeps here. It smells less than the bed. That's rough. A small desk, the Adamanti, your neighbors, found in the dump nearby. Atop is an envelope from Owen's parents. It seems like Owen is in the process of writing back. To the side is an empty vase and a photograph. It is the only thing you brought from home. From left to right, it shows your younger brothers, your mother, then yourself. It's shown signs of having been crumpled up. It's cloudy today. Dirty clothes. Small stove. A chest filled with cleaning supplies and alcohol. Cabinet. Seasonings, breads, and cooking utensils stored here. While it's rare for you to buy meat, you keep what you have on the bottom shelf. A chest filled with canned and dry goods. There are a couple of unopened bottles of alcohol as well. You certainly keep your alcohol spread out, huh? Kitchen table. Alright. Chest filled with canned and dry goods. Oh, that's, yep. I think we're all set. Ready? Yeah. There wasn't any other rooms I overlooked, right? No bathroom. Sure. As ever. Let's go then. Oh, hi. Owen. Good morning. I was wondering if you two would be working today. You're going to have to hurry if that's the case. The others just left. Honus Adamenus. Good morning to you as well. Yes, Fergal had a rough start this morning. But it can't be helped. We'll be off now, so don't worry too much yourself. If we leave right now, we should get our buildings with enough time to spare. Is a walk to the packing buildings that brief though? Whenever I go along with the other man, it feels like quite the trek. Not to mention the trains, you know. A young boy was crushed the other day. Stories like that seem to be becoming the norm. Like I said, Honus Adamenus, you don't need to worry. Today's any other work day. We just happen to be a bit late. Isn't it weird to say the full name, or is that... I don't know. Besides, neither of us take the route along the tracks. The trains only go by the stockyard, not the butchers and the packing buildings. Well, if you say so. Valerie is busy today, so she sent me to give you lunch. Ham today. The butcher had some good cuts this week. Hey, these look different than usual. He says it's ham. Really? Oh. Ah, your accent is getting better. He said your pronunciation is improving. Heh, that's so. Well. I press him. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't let me hold you any longer. You have work to get to. Thank you again. Give Ponia Adamanite my best wishes. These names do not roll off my tongue. I'm trying. Can we go in here? The Adamani apartment. They're the family that offered you come with them to Chicago for work. At the time you believed it to be a prospect with zero cons. Nowadays, well, no point in dwelling over past mistakes. The store leads to a few other apartments. They house Lithuanians around your age. The store leads to a few other apartments. Oh, Lithuanians? Oh no. Alright. An apartment. Checks out. Also an apartment. Checks out. The Yards of Chicago, 1883. A district of Chicago entirely dedicated to meatpacking. I'm from New York, so maybe I don't have the right to say anything, but it's filthy here. Dead cats and dogs litter the street. Some get eaten by other animals, bugs, vultures and such, while the rest get thrown into trucks that are supposed to discard trash. In reality, the carcasses end up rotting in them for days on end, so picking them up is just as useless. I'm sure they're not the only thing creating the terrible smell of these neighborhoods, but they certainly contribute to it. It's also a mice problem. Well, I'm not sure I can call it a problem if it's so normalized. I remember when we first moved, Fergal was scared of rats. He says he's gotten over it, but I doubt that's the case. I don't even know where to start with all the trash. I'd assume that with time I'd get used to the foul odors that permeate through this bubble. I wonder what it'd be like to smell fresh air again. Definitely not sounding good. Hey, Is my Lithuanian actually getting better? I'm not gonna lie, it's far from perfect. But it's also far from what it was when we first came here. Your improvement is pretty impressive. Ooh, a compliment from Sober Owen, how rare. Just take it, would you? I'm being honest. Even if you only know basic phrases, you could probably pass as a child of Lithuanians. That's definitely a stretch. A bit more confidence in yourself. Even Angelica can understand your broken sentences. I can't tell if her knowing more English than I do Lithuanian is impressive or embarrassing. At least some things change. Ah, we made it. Just as you said, with time to spare. Maybe I'll start sleeping in more. Don't even think about it. You had to skip breakfast. Oatmeal gets old fast when you've been eating it for over a year straight, Owen. Skipping the same tasteless mush is like a blessing. Ah, whatever. See you tonight. Bye-bye. God, for someone who hates working, Owen sure does value routine. I wonder what he's like once inside. I guess they work at different sections or different factories, or I guess the meat packing plant is, yeah. See, Owen and I work in different parts of the packing buildings. Ah, I see. Yeah, just wait for one more sentence, maybe. There's the famed stockyard itself, where all the cows and hogs and sheep are rounded up in tiny pens. Then there's the butcher and packing buildings. I assume that because I'm bad with tedious stuff, I work with directly killing cattle. Just swinging a sledgehammer straight to the center of a cow's skull. Nothing too complicated. That's a rough thing. Day in, day out. Oy. Owen handles the more hands-on tasks towards the end of the line. I'm not sure of the specifics, but I'm pretty sure he cuts bigger chunks of chuck meat into smaller ones. It's a lot bloodier than what I do, I'll say that much. Yeah, if I had to touch that much raw meat, I'd go insane. All that blood and gunk. The person saying that is the one who sledgehammers them. Oy. Well, if Owen can come home every day looking the same as the last, I shouldn't be too concerned. I guess that's our routine. It's like a completely valid job back then, but it's like, to me, it's just like, holy shit, you know? I think it's the specific, that idea of it being day in and day out. Like, I mean, the butchering, I feel like that's not a bad job. Like, well, not necessarily, but back then, obviously, you know, the hygiene and stuff would have been a whole different situation. But sledgehammering oh my god, every day. Owen wakes me up, we eat oatmeal, then we walk to work. And of course, the best part of the day, coming home. Owen gets off before me, so he should be back by now. An apartment, alright. Still an apartment. Checks out. Oh, okay, we can save. May as well throw always dash on. Sure. Oh, you know what? It's fine. The walk speed's fine. I don't need to rush. Oh, the Adam and I apartment. They're the family that offered Owen the job here. Much like everyone else in this building, they only speak Lithuanian, so Owen has to be the middleman for most of your conversations. Though they do have a daughter, Angelica, who you've been teaching English to. She's a bit of a strange girl, but she's taking a liking to you. Oh, yeah, everything else is the same. I thought that was going to be the same there for a second. Gah. I'm going to take that as an indicator of a good day. If you like hearing screams as someone gets on the tracks again, then yes, an amazing day. Another train incident? Oh, a worker this time? No, a mother. Her son ran onto the tracks and started chasing after him when... At least lunch tasted different. You're uncharacteristically optimistic. Ham. Compass. Tape? Did you pick that up from this morning? I'm shocked. Usually need me to translate whatever Ponus says for you. Owen, you might think that you know everything about me, but I'll have you know that I'm a very perceptive person. You? Perceptive? As if. You're denser than the meat we work with. You're not funny. Now I know you're making stuff up. Cut the crap. But yeah, lunch was good for once, surprisingly. Never in my life did I think I'd be so excited about 2 slices of ham. The bar is in hell. That is... Where are you going? I'm so hungry. You cooking dinner? Sure, why not? That's rare. Well, I'm not going to stop you. If you mess up, you're paying for the groceries next time. Fine. What to make? I'm pretty sure we have some sauerkraut left. So it is then. Am I the only one concerned about that ham? I don't know why, it stands out. A chest filled with cans and dry goods. Alcohol. Oh, obtain potatoes, sauerkraut, and carrot. Alright, now we're talking. Seasonings. Yep, onion, okay, obtain salt and pepper. There's some of the rye bread that Owen likes left too. You make a mental note to get it later. Cool. Probably don't need the cleaning. Oh, there's a bottle of water here too. Okay. The broth should have been in here. You should look elsewhere for it. I don't know where else to check for broth. We've covered these. Where does one keep broth? Once you get all the ingredients, you can make soup. Have you been sneaking broth? Let me know when you're done. Seems like he's busy writing back right now. It's a weird spot to write. All dirty clothes. A few unopened bottles of alcohol. It probably should be in the other room. Have we been sneaking broth? Weird thing to sneak, but... Upon sifting through the pile, obtain broth. You wonder what that can was doing there. Why is that so... Okay. So the broth was in the pile of dirty clothes. It was in our room. So... Okay. I don't really know what to do with that information. Can we like leave or anything? No reason for you to go outside right now? Fair enough. Think we got all we need? Oh, and it's ready. I just used leftovers from last week. The bread might be a bit stale, but no, it's good. I'm excited. It smells great. Thank you for this meal. Salty. I figured you'd say that. The bread tastes good with it, though. You're getting better at cooking. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to make pancakes someday. Virgil's gonna take a shower. It's pretty late. You can sleep whenever you'd like. Oh, okay. Where is he showering? There's no reason for you to go into Fergal's room, okay. Is there anything else we can do? If you want to open bottles of alcohol. I'm gonna throw a save just in case. There's no reason for you to go to the kitchen, okay. Fergal's gonna take a shower. Many of the apartments in the back of the yards, or part of where the city workers live, don't have washrooms. The ModdedMana? I'm just gonna hope I'm getting that close enough. The ModdedMana are the only family in the building that have one, so you and Fergal use theirs. Ah. You're grateful Fergal knows enough Lithuanian to get by with asking to shower. Okay. Well, there's got to be something else, right? Seems kind of weird that we're just gonna... I don't know. Doesn't seem like there's anything else to do. I guess we just go to bed? This seems a little odd. Yeah, okay. I'm not seeing anything. Bet it is. It's warm here. The air is thick, suffocating you with every breath you take. It smells terrible. Intestines choke you. Fat fills your lungs. Meat embraces you whole. This place again. I'm gonna assume this is a dream. And a regular one at that. Meaty. Meat from the chuck. Cut it. Yes. You spent years doing the same thing over and over and over. Butcher knife in hand, you cut excess cartilage of toughened beef. Over time, you've witnessed people commit heinous acts towards what others will see as food. You don't get paid enough to worry about how sanitary your work is, so why do you? Perhaps because every time you witness another man throw up, piss, or lose a finger to another bloody mess, you're reminded of yourself at the dining table of your youth. Chuck steak was your favorite, after all. Okay. And we're walking around with like a little cleaver. Alrighty. A pile of meat. You should move this before someone decides to mess with it. You should buy more alcohol. All these bottles have been drained. Okay. Who cares what the weather is? You have to go to work anyway. You don't want to go back to sleep right now. Fair. Oh, okay, we can go in here. A pile of clothes caked in blood. A chest that reeks of manure, okay. Fergal's sledgehammer. It's around 4 pounds heavy. Swinging it for hours must be really tiring. You wonder if anyone has been hit on accident. A half-finished bottle of alcohol. Take a drink? Sure. This has always helped, even if for a little bit. All parts of the cow are used. You're sure these will be useful in some way too. The bed smells. He's sleeping. How can he do so in such peace? Okie dokie. I guess to the kitchen. A dining table. There are 2 plates at respective seats. Both have stains of blood smeared across them. Otherwise they've been wiped clean. There are no signs of the meal that once decorated them other than the grease glistening under the dim light. A chest filled with empty bottles upon bottles of alcohol. Innards leak from within. You cannot tell if they're from a cow or a human. Okay. A pot covered in dirt and dry blood. Upon lifting the cloudy lid, you are hit with the stench of vomit. I can't seem to get to the cupboard. Alright. This is an experience. Do we try and head out? Go to work? Okay, I wasn't expecting the option to go to work. This is a dream, right? Right? Sure. It's been many years since you first moved here. Since you left the nice life you had, surrounded by people you love, to become a man. Is that what this is? Being a true American man? Is it standing in a pool of murky blood, limbs buried in guts and leftover fat? Is it the dizziness of spending hours on end in a room full of other miserable workers, air thick with bacteria and sweat? Is it abandoning comfort for the rawness of a real city? You made a mistake. You made such a huge, irreversible mistake in coming here. The moment you stepped into work for the first time, you threw up. Shouldn't that have been a sign? The measly dimes you receive aren't enough compensation for the turmoil you've been through. You dragged an innocent Fergler along with you. He was hopeless at the time, and the hope you gave him was beyond false. It stinks. It stinks of murder and shit. Cows and humans. You can't tell the difference anymore, nor do you care. That makes you no better than everyone else. It's all the same now. Everything bleeds red at the end of the line. If you put a human heart in front of them, will they even be able to tell the difference? Would you eat it all the same? It's warm here. The air is thick, suffocating you with every breath you take. It smells terrible. Intestines choke you. Fat fills your lungs. Meat embraces you whole. Good morning? Virgil, were you watching me? Look, you were tossing and turning and all that and I got worried. But I was also just generally intrigued. It was kind of funny. You're terrible. I'm not. Screw that. Can't I worry for once? You look awfully rattled. I'm fine. What time is it? Late enough that you have to skip breakfast. This guy. I'm just glad it was a dream. Sort of. I mean, yeah, mostly. Okay. Just gonna keep saving in case. There's no reason for you to go in Fergal's room. Alright, I guess we're off. I wonder when the mundanity of this routine will end. Another long day of work. Sleepy. Oh, we just, Alright. Owen gets home sooner. Right. I don't know where this is going, but I feel like it can't be anywhere good. I'm hurt. Oh. Virgo! You're back late. Eesh, drinking this early? What are you talking about? It's like I've said. You're the one back late, Fergal. Stop saying my name. Ah, so rude. Come on, you look miserable. Have a bottle or something. Take the edge off. It's sad to drink alone. Give me that. Owen's always had this problem, if I'm allowed to call it that. I always come back later than him, but on Friday nights he procures 1 or 2 bottles, offering me half or a quarter and downing the rest. I never asked him why, but he'd often start rambling about some... You know, back in Lithuania, he used to have a huge drinking problem. You don't say. I do, and you know, the craziest part is, the bishop started a sobriety movement that worked. Yes, how'd you know? Lucky guess? Or maybe it's because you told me a billion times. That's damn lucky if anything's ever been. Fergal, I don't say as much, but I'm glad you came here with me. I'm not sure if you regret it or anything. I sure as hell would if I were you. But having someone like you makes it a lot more bearable. I'm just glad you're my friend, Fergal. Friend, huh? Do I regret coming here? Yes, often. I regret it so much. But all Owen did was offer me an escape. In the grand scheme of things, he was just as naive as me. Miss? Excuse me? He was just being a polite boy 8 years ago when he... Miss? Are you talking to me? Sir? Hold on, did you just mistake me for a girl? No, I didn't. Look, that is important right now. You didn't seem like you're from around here. Are you lost? Either way, you shouldn't be out here so late. It's not safe. You could have just left me out there after realizing I wasn't a girl, and yet he... Sorry you have to take the floor. We don't have a guest room, so... I'm shocked my parents agreed. They rarely let me go out with other boys here unless they know they're from church, so them allowing a stranger to stay is quite... Your name is Fergal, right? Where are you from? If I may ask, why are you traveling so late? Fergal? Ah, right. You must be tired. Sorry for bothering you. And, sleep well. Good night. Just one night is shocking enough, for sure. It ended up being 3. It was quite selfish overstaying my welcome. But what can I say? I grew to like Owen's presence. I'm sure if I had it my way, I would have stayed at this place forever. What? So your mum just makes you keep your hair long because she likes it? Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? That it is. It's a bit confusing too. That's what I keep telling her. She never listens though. Once I get to where I'm going, I'm going to shave my head. That'll teach her. Speaking of which, where are you going exactly? The part of New York that you're from is a good ways from here. You walked all the way here? Yeah, I walked. I figured it'd be a more manly thing to do. That's a bit stupid. Shut up. Let me tell you what my plan is. See, I have 2 younger twin brothers, and after they were born, my dad left some other part of the city for work. It's not like he's completely out of my life. He sends back money and letters and stuff. He's just not home. I don't remember him much either. And I'm getting sick of my mum. She's a tailor, and her job is quite time-consuming, so she's always irritable with me. My brothers get special treatment all the time. Just because my personality doesn't align with what she sees as the perfect eldest child doesn't mean she has to limit me so much. So I decided one day to teach her a lesson. I'm going to find my dad and live with him from now on. Plain and simple. But, seriously? That's your justification for running away unannounced? Yeah, isn't it valid? Fergal. Instead of continuing this journey, I think you should go home tomorrow. What are you... Your mum just seems to be a busy woman. Would you say she's abusive? Of course not. Then go home. She's probably worried sick. And write me back when you do, okay? We're friends now. I want to keep in touch. Alright. I will. Words cannot describe how grateful I am to unknowing Owen for sending me back, because well, my first letter must have come as a shock. Dear Owen, I hope you are faring well. I have arrived home safe, but I write bearing terrible news. Ma has passed away in the time I was gone, supposedly due to a disease they could not pinpoint. Dear Fergal, this deeply saddens me to hear. My deepest condolences. I'm sorry all I can do is write. I wish I could be there with you. Yeah, I wish he was here with me too. I tried to keep my first few letters brighter, but I'm sure my grief became more prominent. Dear Fergal, how are you? School has been quite rough, but I've been performing well in my classes. Dear Owen, I have seen better days, but similarly school has been alright. My grades were never great, so I suppose what they are now isn't too shocking. Dear Fergal, it's summer. My family will be travelling soon, so my letters may be sparse. Dear Owen, sorry for not writing so long. Have you returned? Dear Fergal, yes we have. I was worried you wouldn't write back. I've attached some photos from our vacation. Owen, sorry for not writing again. It looks lovely. Dear Fergal. Owen. Dear Fergal. Fergal. Dear Fergal, I hope this address is still applicable. Are you looking for work? I have an offer that you might serve us well. Write me back if you're interested. Your friend, Owen. Dear Owen, yes, this address is still my own. Please let me know the details. I'm interested. Many thanks, Fergal. I'm not sure why Owen ever offered I come with him. We lived miles from each other. He could have easily asked the people near him. And he asked me, was that a pity? Had he picked up on how much the guilt of not being with Ma in her final moments had hit me? Well, even if that's why, I'm glad he did. Even if all the death in this place scares me, at least I have Owen. A few days later. More work done. This gets awfully redundant fast, doesn't it? You just want to go home. Alright. Oh, is that... oh, I thought it said something different. Okay. Home we go. Okay, no Owen. The couch. Owen sleeps here. A desk. It's cloudy. Okay. I assume he should be home. Ah, Fergal. Owen, rare to see you in here. Are you taking the bed for once? Yeah, if you don't mind. Huh? Why are you acting so polite? Of course I don't. Thanks. Are you alright? You haven't been looking great since that nightmare. Okay, it's just... don't look at me like that. It's just a small cold. I'll bear over it if I sleep. Well, if you say so, I trust you. I'll take the couch. Sleep as long as you want. Thanks again, Fergal. Okay. Why do I feel like this is not going to be that simple? We just heading to bed, I guess. Not much else to do. A drink or two never hurt. Oh. A few weeks passed and Owen's health deteriorated greatly. Truth be told, I'm not sure if being given the news or witnessing happen before your very eyes is worse, but I felt helpless. Useless. Yet the world moved on. Or rather, it never stopped in the first place. Cleavers and sledgehammers still swung. Knives still sunk into flesh. The hazy smell didn't even let up. The sickeningly cynical lifestyle of the stockyard stops for no one. Someone disappearing is just another slot to fill. Without Owen, it became hard to live in this building too. My broken sentences only get me sympathetic smiles from the ModdedMana. I'm sorry, Owen. I'm sorry that you felt the need to bring me somewhere far away from my sadness. Was I the only reason this whole endeavor seemed meaningful? I'm sorry. Maybe if I had never written back, you would have found purpose among the parents you loved so. For in a loveless, blood-soaked, death-addled world such as the back of the yards, I doubt there's any purpose of either of us being here. I'm sure I'll die a death as silent as yours. Jesus, okay. This is super depressing, holy shit. So so the nightmare was kind of just pure, you know, symbolic of like the state he was in, or like, not the state he was in, the reality of their monotonous life and the meat and the blood and everything. There was nothing else to it. Like, well, that's still significant. I just mean, but it like kind of goes from that to being like, okay, good, it's just a dream. And then you kind of get their backstory, and then it's like one night he coughs and then next he's dead. Jesus. This is super depressing, like really, really depressing. I mean, especially like, you know, he's away for a little while, he goes back, his mum's dead. Seems like Owen's about the only one he had in the world at this point. Seems like they were potentially closer than friends, or could have been. Not really back in the 1880s, but you know, like it kind of, I mean, it could just be best friend, but it, you know, kind of leaned a little the other way, maybe. But man, that was like a very, yeah. I mean, back then, just a cough, yeah, it was kind of like leaning that way, but like to just be like, you know, health deteriorated a few weeks past. silent death thing, like, Jesus, man. Super depressing. I don't know if you even, like, because I mean, this is listed as, like, it had horror in the tags and stuff. I don't know if that's even the right word. It's more just like, I mean, it kind of is, but more from a modern perspective, like, because in reality, this was probably a life someone led, you know? Like this was probably just genuinely the lives of some people. They had almost nothing. They tried to, like, you know, venture out, and maybe with a friend, they tried to, like, make things work. And this was the job they had. Like, damn. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. This was just, like, super depressing. I really don't know how else to put it. It was good. Like, I feel like the level to which it was depressing was, like, there was a quality to it, you know, for lack of a better way to put it. Like, I feel like it was well written. It was well done. Like, yeah, like, it was really well done. Yeah, I really don't have too much to say. I would give, yeah. It was really good. Like, depressing, but really good. Like, because I said, I feel like there was a realistic tone to this. Like, I feel like it was actually well written in that way. Very short, but told a kind of succinct, depressing, yet realistic story. Yeah, I think that there's a surprising, I mean, maybe I'm overblowing it, but, like, I feel like there's a surprising amount of little things here that make me praise the writing of this. Like, for example, there's, like, signs of, like, alcoholism, but it's not played up that much. It's not actually a major theme. It's very much in the background, even though it clearly is significant. But he's not shown as really being an alcoholic, even though, like, you know what I mean? It's, like, there's empty bottles around, and clearly on Friday they're getting drunk, but it feels in the background. I don't know how to quite put it. I think their friendship is pretty realistic in a sense. But possibly those overtones, or maybe them being, like, maybe more than friends. But obviously back then, not so much. The whole just the simple thing of, yeah, being away for a while and suddenly your relative's dead, like, and especially back then, like that, you know. I don't know, the moving into an area where you know, trying to pick up some language but you don't really know much, and it's, you know, difficult, but you're trying, like, I feel like there's a lot of small things that really work here together, despite being so short. Yeah, I could definitely see this being expanded while telling the same story. I think it works as it is, don't get me wrong. But I could see, like, maybe actually showing some of the other characters and those things. I think it works as it is. Like, I just, you know, just off the top of my head, I'm saying this, not thinking it through that much. Just, I could see an expanded version of this story that would be good. But yeah, it really worked as it was. And yeah, I don't know if horror is even the right word for this. It's just, yeah, it's like, because it's so real, like, it's oddly grounded in a sense, like, because I imagine that that's pretty much what it was, working in, like, the meat industry back then in a place like that. It would have been unhygienic, it would have been bloody, it would have been messy, and just, yeah. Alright, well, that was the front yard. Let me know what you thought. Thank you for watching. Really just depressing is the takeaway from this, but in a well-written way. Like, it's just, yeah. Alright, link in description. Be well. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in something else soon. Bye-bye.